are still eating what you want. You're not eating what you see. You're still looking all gorgeous. You refuse. Everybody is still smiling. Despite the fact that there's no scarcity in your hair, please do not join in the conversation. Because the things that we use our mouths to speak and things that we continuously speak in our lives. The year is always coming. In December last year, we all wrote our goals. How far? How far? Are we reading our goals? Are we reading our goals daily? I'm sure we all have our goals written down. That's what is assumed. Everybody here, your goals are written down. Are we reading them daily? Are we reading our goals first thing in the morning when we wake up? Are we reading our goals last thing at night before we fall asleep? Because you know, shortly before you fall asleep, the last thing you think about, your subconscious mind work on it throughout the night. So if you actually want that your goal to manifest, you need to be reading your goals daily. Do you know that there was something carried out that showed that if you read your goals daily, you have a 200% chance of achieving your goals. 200%. And people that write and read their goals daily make 10 times as much money as people that don't. So maybe something as simple as reading your goals daily is what you need to start doing from now till the end of the year. But you know how it is with us people now. When they tell us simple, there's certain things that are simple. Is that all it takes? Like a lot of us say when Dr. Abib comes here and he tells us, how did I get my money? This is it. Have money, save money, invest money. Is it that simple? And because of that, we don't do it. I belong in a family group, my father's family, and there was an article, somebody brought something in that somebody was saying something about water curing all diseases. And then someone on the group said, please take that article down, it's false. And I said, why should she take it down? Just because you think water cannot cure everything, that doesn't mean water does not cure everything. I said, have you heard about the water therapy? It tells you when to drink water, what quantity of water to drink, how to drink water, and it tells you how to use water to cure each and every disease. It states it. But it's simple now, it's water. How can water cure cancer? How can water cure diabetes? The same questions we ask ourselves about how can savers make me wealthy? How can savers make me millionaire? I'll just be chanting something, affirmation. This affirmation does not work. It does. And we need to be careful about what we say now more than ever. I wanted to serve my husband his food yesterday. And normally, when he's done praying, he sits on the mat. So I was asking him, do you want me to put the food on the floor or on the table? I said, Ile, I'm okay. Is it on the floor or on the table? And he said, Ile, kò sáyè lókè. Mo ní àyè wà lókè fún wa. And he said, Àmì o. Because everything I say now is a form of prayer. He said, àyè wà lókè fún wa. Àyè dẹ̀ máa wà lókè fún wa. So let us be conscious of those things we are saying. We're spiritual beings. And if we believe that everything we say comes to pass, we'll be careful. We won't just say things. Because there's power in our word. The power of spoken words. There was a book Dr. Abib wrote then, The Power of Spoken Words. I think that was what we changed to Money and Law of Attraction. That book, then I read it and I had goosebumps. The things you say. The reason why a lot of us are not seeing our goals come through is the things we are saying, the things we are thinking, and the things we are doing are not in alignment. Some of us are just praying for the money. The only way to have money is to save money, not pray for money. No matter how much money you pray for, even if you get that money, you don't save it, you cannot have money. So let us stop going to church and mosque on Monday to pray for customers. When the ones that we have, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. To hold them, to keep them, to multiply, to make sure that we're maximizing each customer that we have. I do artworks on Saturday, and my art teacher has a daughter. She's 14 years old, and she paints. And the other day was telling me, she's very stingy. I said, why did you say that? He said, she doesn't play with her money. She's 14, and she's making a lot of money through that artwork. Focused, diligent, disciplined. I haven't seen that level of discipline in a 14-year-old child. I said, so why did you say she's stingy? He said, her sister wanted to borrow 50,000 naira from her. And she told the sister, what do you want to use this money for? List it out. Tell me what you want to use it for. And then the sister gave her the list, and she said, okay, this one is not a need. This one is not a need. This one is not a need. The only thing I see that makes sense on this your list is 5,000 naira. That is what I can borrow you. And they said, oh yeah, money? No, she's frugal. She's working hard for her money. You're not going to throw your money away. The way to wealth is 80% frugality and 20% industry. You need to plug the things that are wasting your money. Nowadays, people are begging for money, left, right, and center. And then you go into your financial freedom account to give somebody money, because why? If it's not coming out of your charity account, why are you sabotaging your own safety? And you know that financial freedom account, we're growing it because we're denying ourselves some things. There's some things we're not doing to make sure that account grows. So is it not suicidal when somebody now comes and says, my rent is due, my children's school fees, and then we have too much empathy, and you go into your own safety net to bail them out? Let me tell you something. People that do not plan will end up disrupting your own plans if you let them. Charity is one of the pillars of the academy. Dr. Abib have told us it's 10%. The more money you have, you can increase it. But when you ask me for money, I go into my charity account after I have done the one I do every month. Because if you have a charity that you do every month, you will not have a lot of people coming to ask you for money all the time. Because you are diligently doing what you're supposed to do. So after I've done that one, you now ask me for money. I'll look in that charity account. And I don't give you money based on how much you ask me. I don't. If you ask me for 3 million, I can give you 50,000. Because that is what I have. But a lot of us, you will say, this person is asking for 500,000. How can I offer that person 5,000? But you have 5,000 now, Abby, in your charity account. Ask them. The money they need now is 495,000. You have helped. Don't let everybody guilt trip you, because that is what people are doing. They don't come to the academy, they don't learn how to have a protective shield around themselves. And when the chips are down, they come running. So we need to be careful. How far are you with your goals for this year? Do you read them every morning, every night? Do you feel them when you're reading them? Because we know that feeling is the secret. You fake it till you make it. Those goals, just behave as if they've already manifested. Imagine yourself having all those things. I had Dr. Robert Kiyosaki say that thing one time. He said, I and Kim, his wife, we've gotten to a stage in life that we have everything money can buy. And I was like, how would it feel to have everything money can buy? And I was just smiling to myself. Feel it. Do you put into action something towards your goal on a daily basis? Do you know that there's something called the law of diminishing intent? When you want to do something, something drops in your mind. And you don't do something about it immediately. 1 hour later, it's not as hot. Next day, you might have forgotten. So don't let the law of diminishing intent work on you. Whenever something occurs to you, write it down, do something about it. I'm going to round up with a story of Monte Roberts. Monte Roberts was a 6-year-old boy that came from a very poor background. His parents live in a trailer. In Nigeria, we don't have trailers. That is cars that they park in a park because they don't have a house. So they have to live in the car, but it's like a form of a van. That's how poor they were. So Monte's class teacher told everybody to write what I want to be in future. And Monte wrote, because Monte's father is a horse breeder. We don't have things like that in Nigeria. And his father is a very cruel man. So he beats the horses, he uses whips on them, and then his frustration, he passes it on to his son. The way he treats the horses is the way he treats his child, Monte. So when his dad gets angry with him, he runs into the bush and he goes to watch the horses as the mothers of the horses are taking care of their younger ones. And he realized that the mothers of the horses do not use force or violence to train the younger ones. They use soft body language. They train their younger ones with love. So Monte made up his mind that when he's grown, he's going to be a horse breeder, but he's going to train his horses with love. So when his teacher asked him to everybody to write what you want to be in future, Monte went into his power of visualization as a 6-year-old and said, I'm going to be a horse breeder. I'm going to treat my horses with so much love and kindness. I'm going to have a 62-acre ranch in California. California in America is where the celebrities live. That is where is one of the most expensive places to live in America. And I'm going to be known worldwide. So he submitted his essay to the teacher. And the teacher looked at it and said, Monte, no, this is not going to happen. You live in a trailer. Your parents are so poor. This your dream cannot come true. Please take it home and go and write me a proper, realistic thing, what you want to become in future. So Monte took it home and came back the next day and resubmitted the same essay to the teacher. And she read it and she said, you know something, Monte, you don't understand. If you don't change this story, I'm going to give you an F in this essay. And Monte looked at her and said, keep your F. I will keep my dream. Monte Roberts, Google him, has a 62-acre ranch in California. When Queen Elizabeth was alive, he was the one that breeds the Queen's horses because the Queen heard about him. Monte Roberts was so good, he became an evoked set. Evoked set means when they're talking about people in your industry, they will mention your name. So the Queen heard about him, invited Monte Roberts to England to train her horses, and told Monte, you are so good in this thing you're doing. You should write a book. So Monte Roberts wrote a book called The Man That Can Hear Horses. Monte Roberts held on to his dream, let his teacher hold on to the F. Freaking rich started from abject poverty. Don't mingle with people that will tell you your dreams are too big. If your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. We need now more than ever to surround ourselves with fire lighters, not firefighters, not hope stealers. And the sad thing is there's a lot of firefighters. There's a lot of hope seekers. There's very few percentage of fire lighters. Look at the hall, not full. And they lament every day, complaining about how rough the economy is. Let us choose not to be one of them. Oluwale Omofemi, you can follow him on Instagram and just check out his work. His mantra is impossible is nothing. He just bought a house, Jericho, for his artwork for 100 million in front of that building. He wrote, impossible is nothing. Oluwale Omofemi is telling us that there's nothing you cannot achieve. What is your own mantra? Mine is, the supply is unlimited. The supply is unlimited. Abudilomi Oku is there. It depends on your faith, your belief, the things you're willing to do to achieve your dreams. It could be as simple as reading those goals every day and doing one thing towards your goal every day. I hope you're all encouraged this morning. Thank you. Dr. Habib is in the house. Can we give him a round of applause? We have missed him, haven't we? We missed him, didn't we? Let's also welcome we missed you, sir. Okay. Dr. Habib Olamito is a purpose-driven and self-motivated medical practitioner and business leader. He obtained both his medical degree as well as his master's degree in business administration from the University of Ibadan. He's the founder and chief executive of the following establishments: Olu Medical Center, Olodia Papa and Ajegunle, Ibadan Central Hospital, Oshosami and Old Ife Road, the Academy Suites and Resorts in Okeado, in Old Ife Road, and in MKO Abiola, Abeokuta. He's also the chairman governing council of the Care People Foundation. He's also the Distinguished Alumni Award winner of the Ibadan College of Medicine. He's also the president, Ibadan College of Medicine Alumni Association Worldwide. He's a sponsor, the Habib Olamitoye Foundation, UCH Ibadan. He's happily married to his heartthrob and blessed with two amazing children. Can we stand up together?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Shema.
Please be seated.
Shema.
Good to be here again.
Good to see you too. Thank you, my darling.
I've missed all of you so much.
I missed you too.
But I'm happy that you are in good hands. You are in safe hands. Let's put our hands together for the class of. Sitting down there, listening to her, came across to me as if she had what they call converted all the books to Agumu and swallowed the Agumu with Akamu. She stood there and all those truths came all by themselves out in our direction. Let's clap for her again. The next clap is to her again, and I'll tell you why. But let me tell you why first. By reason of her competence and commitment and confidence and organization here in Ibadan, 110 Academy is thriving in my absence. You know, it's a company in itself, dishing out free information, salvaging people from destitution, developing billionaires. Let's put our hands together. The next clap is for the deputy governor. Is she around?
No, she's on the way.
Let's put our hands together. The truth we are giving out here are precisely the same truth that experts on the field of personal development are sharing all over the world. I've sat down to listen to Tony Robbins' weekend seminar. I paid £2,000. Several years, I sat down just to listen to what he was saying. Last weekend, I was invited to speak to people who entered the hall or registered for the event with 200,000 naira. And we are getting it free here. Apart from me, 2 other people came to speak. They gave those people Friday. They gave me Saturday. So I attended. The first speaker I call Professor Taufik spoke about the dynamisms in business system, how it operates. The second speaker, Baba Dovas. Who does not know Dovas? Is it Dovas? Bovas. Who knows Bovas? Let's. There are some people that when you say this, they don't know. When you say that, they don't know. There are other people who don't know what they don't know. When they say this, they say they don't know. When you say that, of course, you know oil and gas. In Nigeria, is an icon. He spoke. The theme of his message is what the class governor mentioned. Most of the people did not even understand what he was talking about. And he kept telling them that that is the secret of his wealth. You pay 200,000 to attend a seminar, and the key speaker there the richest speaker there, kept telling you the same thing, that this is why I'm rich. If you want to be like me, go and do it. They did not know what he was talking about. Because they gave me morning session and afternoon session, so I converted the afternoon session to the practice, the logistics, the practicality of Papa's message. By the time I finished, they all held their head and said, "Yeah." And this morning, my mornings, because it's about goal setting, Baba kept saying, me in 5 years. Me in 5 years. He wrote everything down and was talking about every component of his life, changing, improving every 5 years. And then he was conducting the practice on paper every year for pick 1 month and focus on the next 5 years throughout that month. While we are working hard, too hard.
So hard. So hard.
He is busy programming his mind so that work will be unnecessary. The thing all by itself will come like a magnet.
Spiritual.
Proving over and over again that prosperity is not a function of hard work. If you are going to work hard at all, it's going to be on programming the mind, not on sweating. You have to learn how to program, and you have to practice what you have learned. We do goal setting all the time, and I'm happy, delighted, excited, grateful that most of our members are climbing the ladder of wealth creation. It's very difficult to carry an entire class on the journey. But it's very simple. Because it's just like saying, this is what I do. This is how I do it. These are the results I'm getting. Let us go. Let us go is easier than you go. So I will talk today about how to create wealth in Nigeria. Are we interested?
Yes.
Are we in Nigeria?
Yes, sir.
I have to ask. How many people can sincerely say with all their minds that they want to be wealthy?
One méjèèjì. Just one. Àwọn méjèèjì ni.
I have another question. Let's clap for ourselves. How many people can confess and affirm that they are prepared and ready to prepare to prosper? You can see that that is another statement, because everybody wants to be wealthy. Wealth follows those who show interest
to prosper.
Passion for the preparation. We have learned over and over again that fully 90% of the result we call success emanate from preparation, thorough preparation, zeal, passion. Instead of loving to prosper, love the process. Love the road is better than the end. Okay, you are the one doing it. Can this one work? If it can work, you can rest comfortably. Let your back touch the end of the chair. I didn't say you should retire, but retire. I'm not going to undermine your intelligence by telling you the meaning of entrepreneurship or an entrepreneur. But I will want you to know that entrepreneurs are enterprising people that love the process of creating wealth. I, it's not that they love wealth, they just love the process.
Love the process.
I'm going to talk to you about vision, which is the ancestor of wealth creation. Vision. Meaning that creating wealth starts from vision. I'm going to show you a model written in 1995, which today is now being used globally to explain the phenomena of wealth creation. It's called the Kiyosaki model. I'm going to explain to you not the cash flow quadrants, which he wrote in the Think and Grow Rich.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad. How many people have read the book? Okay, I want to see the hands of those who have not read the book. Yeah, be honest. I want to evaluate your preparation and your level of thirst, hunger. I'm going to tell you why storing is a new name for saving. People that talk about savings now talk about storing.
Storing.
Because the word saving has been bastardized. I'm going to talk about the importance of continuous learning and the way to learn. I'm going to conclude at every stage why storing and learning work together to make the journey sweeter. I've told you entrepreneurship create wealth, which is why I do not always think about prosperity. I think about creating wealth. Prosperity is a loose word. I want to tell you that so many people have created wealth. This thing you are looking for. And that it is not a wise thing to begin to create wealth by ignoring the literature of those who have done it in the past. Most of our parents didn't know how to. My father, may his soul rest in perfect peace,
Amen.
worked hard all his life. I watched him facing industry, hard work. When I say hard work, very hard work, all his life. And his store was meager. Hard work failed him. When I began my own search, I had no option but to start the way he started. I began by working extremely hard. First on the job, then gradually, as I became wiser and discovered that working hard on the job failed my dad. And I began to read stories of successful people in money that hard work should be directed at the mind. And that the more I work hard on the mind, the less the need to work hard on the muscle. It's like coaching oneself, constructive laziness. And that is the process. Wealth creation is what it entails to create wealth. Deliberate laziness. I will show you. How many people have seen very wealthy people? Do they carry cement? Do they carry cement? No. They drive trailer?
Already, life of ease.
They sew clothes overnight?
No.
They set bricks for the cathedral?
No.
Some of them are so lazy that, apart from the fact that other people have to open the door of their cars for them, as if they are disabled. They are so lazy that they open pen for them to sign. They said, certain people have read, have gone through the trouble of reading it, just sign. And they say, this is signature of this person who have done the job of reading it. You just sign. We can't sign for you, sir. Much would have loved to sign for you so that you don't have to sign. The chef will come and bring food and want to nurse him or nurse her. That how will you, can you carry this spoon, sir? They will be saying it in their mind. Does that not teach us a lesson?
Yes.
About how to direct our hard work? When we talk about vision, it starts with a desire, something we want. You think about it, you imagine it. They said, there's a saying that said that imagination is more powerful than facts. What is the fact? The fact is that I look around, this is what I see. But I close my eyes, the outer eyes, then it allows me to open the inner eyes. In opening the inner eyes, these are the desires I see. And I zoom that desire, which we call ambition. I zoom it several times until the zoom reaches its maximum. Can you understand what I'm saying? To zoom desire, to scale up and scale up and scale up until you have the zenith of that desire. I say, this is what I want. And you begin to see evidence of it through the inner eyes, because the outer eyes can only see the facts. The inner eyes are ready, equipped, trained to see the images of your imagination. And in entrepreneurship, the ultimate desire, the ultimate ambition is to create transgenerational family business empire.
Think big.
Everything starts with decision, with desire to create one business, then multiply to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5, to 10. It becomes empire. And then what they call transferring that as a family business so that it will continue to live even after you. It will be your gratuity. You know, when people work with government, they are paid gratuity. But your own gratuity, you just sit back, and your children and future generation, you watch them scaling up what you started. Is that not good? How many people want things like that? You see, the level of wanting is wanting. That is, we don't have enough people wanting it enough. Ready to commit their all to this great end. The key to creating wealth is the willingness to prepare to be wealthy. And it starts again, the zoom factor. It starts with thinking big. Thinking big. And there was the philosophy between starting small. Faith in taking the first step. The faith. They say, take the first step in faith. Because when you climb the first step, if you look up, you will see the second step. If you are climbing up and there is no light, you already know the topmost end of the stairs. When there was light, when your imagination gave you how the topmost stair, the last, the zenith, how it looks. So you put your leg on the first floor, on the first step, you climb a little bit high and you look up properly. You will see the second. If you look up, climb the second, then you'll be able to see the third, the fourth, the sixth, until you get to the top. How many people can see this model? Thank you. How many people can see this model? How many people cannot see? If you cannot see, let me see. You can't see this thing. If it is clear to you, let me see. Let me see your hand if it's clear to you. If you can see it. Last governor, it's not clear. Sorry, I have to look and see whether some people will need their glasses. This is, I can see. What it means is that you should wear glasses. I'm wearing glasses. Okay. Switch. Can you see it? Can you see it now? Who cannot see this? Okay. Because you have to take this on the way. Let's take this on the way. Because it's not serving any purpose other than, you see, it's better that you see this thing than the profit we gain from the photography. How many people have seen these quadrants before in the past? When you come out of the university, you have what they call this quadrant is the people to enter here. To enter here, you must have certificate. Can you hear? To enter here, you must have certificate. That is the entry level. If you have no certificate, you are useless here. The entry level here is certificate. Certificate. Say it again. Certificate. Again. Here, certificate. Say it again. Here, certificate. Certificate came from Sabi, knowing how to do it. Can you get the thing? To enter here, you must have system or system. If you have no system, you can't operate here. To enter here, you must have money. If you have no money, you find yourself in all these places. Or even find yourself on the street. Can you get what I mean? So, can you understand all the things now? So let's take the features one by one. When you have a certificate, as a young person, young girl, coming out of school, is a commonness. You want a job, you get a job. You work and then you are paid for working. Nothing concerns you about whether the person who has that job makes profit or not. Your main provocation is, what should I do? They give you, if it's a business where they have job description, they will give you, do this and do it every day. Submit what you do to this person. This person will determine whether you get or you don't get. And then here you have security, because every month the money is coming. So in the night you sleep, the owner of the business may not sleep, because he has to work out the way to pay you, but it does not concern you. That is his problem. It's not your problem. So you trade your time for money. You climb what they call corporate ladder. You are either GM, you know the meaning of GM, gate man, or cleaner. You move to supervisor, you move to assistant manager, you move to manager, you move to leader. You understand what I mean? Corporate ladder. All the people on this side are rich because they have to work to earn money. The people on the right side are said to be wealthy because whether they work or they don't work, money comes. Can you understand what I mean? So, in order for these people to be wealthy, you know they have options. They have future. These people can be wealthy too. It's better to be wealthy than to be rich. Do you agree with me? You are wealthy when money is coming, and does not, whether you sleep or you wake, because it's been structured. These people can structure their own wealth by moving to this side. They just, whatever money they are getting, because to operate here, you need money. And once you are here, you are wealthy. Because the money you put here will work for you. And when the money starts working, to an extent, you can stop working. Can you get what I mean now? When you start your life young, to concentrate on this, whatever you are getting here, you are plowing everything here. In 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, this place is not for saving, it's for storing. You are storing the money here. Saving is just like tetracycline. It's no longer effective. How many people know that? Why? Because it's been bastardized by malams and all the people. They sell these things across the street. No, not across the counter. Street. Even counter people don't want to touch tetracycline because it has lost all its respect. So people on this side can go here. Before you go here, you have to learn how to go there, how to operate there. So knowledge is important. Before you come here too, there are rules. It's a game. When you know the rules and apply the rules, you will profit from here. You can lose here too if you don't know the rules. So, storing money is more important because the money you store, you don't take it from the store. Saving is used anyhow. People save and save and save and then unsave. That's why it's not useful. So we don't call it save anymore. We call it store. Some people call it pile. To pile money. It's a derogative word. Piling money. They just say, piling money. What is the happiness there? Tell me the happiness. The happiness is here. When you put the money here. Now, this person with certificate soon become clever and knows how to do what they do. They want to be their own boss. They are tired of this place. They are common all over the world. They too work for money at advanced stage. They also trade time for money. They become rich. Examples are doctors in private hospitals. I saw someone sleeping. Let us clap our hands, all of us. Wait. I don't like Aladura clap. We are going to count to 30. I will be the MC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,